Hi everybody, this is Ashley, aka Katatana, or however you pronounce my so-called username. I am doing a video tutorial of traditional, color pencils with a little bit of markers, asked by a lovely lady. And we're going to do it in my bedroom because I'm lazy enough. And here are the tools of the trade. Got colored pencils. Kind of wish I had more, but I can really complain. Markers. And here we have our drawing we're going to work on. Alright, let's get started. First, we are going to do the skin, which I have started already. Now what I usually do is add, main skin colored pencil. Nothing too special, just, do a basic color over everything. And next what I'm going to do, hopefully I'll do it right with you guys watching, and not too much of a shadow, is I'm going to make all the sides really much darker. Try and get a little closer. I'm going to make this like it's a shadow. A lot more darker. So, and later, it will work well with the shadows. So we've got a basic color and then a little darker color. Next we add a little bit of orange or an orange red. Either way works. I sometimes like to use the orange red just because it gives a little bit of a pink to it, I guess, which makes it a little bit even more realistic, maybe. As realistic as you can get, I guess. And you just make it a little dark at the end and then you go lighter as you go out. Now don't go too dark, because that looks a little too red. I'll have to go back with it some other color. And you just do that. And then you do the same over here. Hopefully you will be able to see any of this. I might have to just, do that from there. That will work a lot better. So now we've got that. And next, since that does look a little too red, I'm going to add a little kind of grayish brown to give somewhat more of a skin tone colored look off of all that red. And here we go for that part. And next what I do is we go into my markers, and I get like a skin-toned marker. That's how I run most of my markers. Just want to take it and go around the outline so it's a little bit darker. Just a little. Sometimes your markers run out of ink and you have to get new ones, which is something I'll have to do soon. And here is the skin. And that is done. Alright. Okay, now that we have the skin done, let us work on the hair. So, I'm going to start off with just basic light blue. And what I like to do, it depends on the character. I'm going to give it a little bit of a hair shine. It's hard to tell, but there's a little bit one there. And it's always hard to remember, but with some characters, they look better with the hair shine, some they don't. And you do have to remember that, because once you start coloring, you can't really go back. So, we've got a basic light blue down. It's really hard to see because obviously it's light blue, but it's down. And then next what we do is, again, like with the skin color, is with that light blue, I'm going to go some darker areas where I would think those little, it might need to be shaded or just darker. Places on the hair. These kind of things you'd have to figure out on your own. Okay, then darker blue. And you do the same thing. because sometimes it's nice to have bits of dark and light in your drawing. Gives it, again, a somewhat realistic feature. Okay. I don't know. I really can't describe this very well, I guess. And this is possibly as a dark a blue I can get. You know, and actually I have a little bit more of a darker blue. I'm going to add a little bit too, just for a couple random strands here and there. And then I'm going to take blue. But first, sometimes it's nice is with markers just to check to see. And that's kind of a little too purple. So I'm going to go back and look. And, there we go. So I'm going to go over some areas. Okay, now that the hair is done, we're going to work on the scarf. So, this scarf is kind of like a lightish, bluish, greenish. So I only need to use probably 2 layers of like green, blue, and then maybe a little bit of green. So I'm doing that is first, again, we always do that base color. And light blue I think would be a really, good idea. Because I think the scarf's a little bit more blue than green. It's actually mostly blue, just has a small smidge of green, I think. So you get that done. And even though I'm going to probably add a little bit different colors to it, I still do add that extra darkness to areas I'd want like a little shading. And now I'm going to use a very light green. I'm just going to do a very quick little color over here. You wouldn't add too much to it, just a little bit.